Welcome to Three Skulls Tavern, a channel devoted to tabletop role-playing games by Free League Publishing. This show is sponsored by Foundry, the virtual tabletop, as well as WorldMill, online server hosting for the Foundry tabletop. To support the show, head over to patreon.com/MattK. For a minimum of $2 per month, you get access to a ton of extra content. Previously on Alien, New Alaska.
Hey honey, I can't believe it's day 47. We just spent the whole damn day drilling this bloody freezer of a planet again. The boss got real pissed when we broke the coring device this morning. While we were drilling, the whole bloody bottom fell out of the core shaft. Next thing you know, we broke through the substrata, and the whole flooring gave way. Now we have a massive hole in the middle of our station. Anyway, I've got to go. I miss you loads. Love you lots. Bye. Day 48. Hey honey, just me again. So we went down that hole today. It was so weird. It was like we got to the bottom and there was this whole giant skeleton. We had to climb over its ribs. It was laid out into this massive cavern. We got Josh to go up. He ended up going up to his face. He picked up some kind of like bowl. He ended up giving it to the boss. It was kind of laid out, some sort of offering to its massive skull. The boss seemed really antsy and ended up having to speak to the corporation. Look, I'm going to have to go. Night night. Speak to you soon. Fucking hell. They told us to wait for the company goons. They fucking showed up. Jesus. Oh God, they fucking shot Josh. I'm getting the fucking out of here. I can't go back. Oh, shh. Fuck. Look, the only way I'm going to have to do is to go back in that hole. I hope they don't find me. I'd rather take my chances with that thing down there than up here with the company's agents. Look, I love you so much. I want to see you soon. I wish... Fuck, they're almost...
Hello! Welcome back to New Alaska on Three Skulls Tavern. I am Matt playing Jack Nagumi. Will go up from me, up to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris and I'll be playing Kit the Roughneck.
Then Harry.
I am Harry and I'm playing Jean-Michel, the geologist.
And Habib.
Hi there, I'm Habib and I'm playing Kai, the transport and logistics guy.
And then over to our game mother.
I'm your friendly game mother.
Friendly. Emphasis on friendly today, please.
Friendly.
Very
friendly the
friendly.
session. Yeah, sure, no problem.
Very always.
And handsome.
So.
Yeah, what else can we say?
Better get you
I'm open to bribery as well, so it's fine.
If you can fit it in an envelope, it can go in the Royal Mail.
So you, Jack has decided to wander down into the deep chasm, where he has just unhooked himself from the
Jack, what are you doing?
from the link to the top of
Getting your
the
pup
chasm.
back.
What are you doing, bro?
It's a shame he can't hear anything you're saying. And he has just thrown a flare into one of these gullies, where he saw something sort of like shining or catching the light from his headlamp. He's thrown it, and as it's landed, it started to burn. And he can just make out that it is. It looks like a environment suit that's just laying slightly in the gully, just about 10 or 12 meters ahead of him down the second or third gully on the right hand side, behind this large walkway thing. As Elizabeth comes over the comms to all the rest of you upstairs, playing what you've just heard, saying, "I've just found this. It's timestamped 7 years ago. It seems to have been attempted to be erased."
I don't hear that though, right?
You don't get that at all.
Okay. Just a quick one. Ed, can you unpause the Foundry?
Of course, sorry,
All good.
it's my usual. There we go.
I've got no comms, right? My comms cut off just
No
before I
comms
hit
for
the
you.
ground.
Yeah, your comms cut off
Like
as you were going down
Yeah.
into the chasm.
Yeah. Okay.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
can you bounce that message from here to back to base and also to the station?
I can if you want me to.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
She says, "Will do."
Thank you.
So, not to be overly literal and dense, but what do you think it means?
It means Jack's in trouble. I'm going to go find some more flares. He quickly sifts off to try and find either a bunch more flares or another long piece of rope and some kind of battery-powered type floodlight that he can maybe lower down to
Oh shit!
give some more light on the situation.
Well, first of all, there is another cable that will be able to take you down.
I'm not going down. I'm sending a
and,
light down.
Okay, and you're going to run off. That's not a problem to go and do that. What?
I know I should have read up on the history of the mining project before I enlisted to this, but how long ago was this founded then? Like, who was here 7 years
mining?
ago?
The mining program was founded 6 years ago.
Oh, this is not good. Okay.
Okay. So it looks like it's There we go. So it looks like it's me and Kit here at the top of the chasm.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be like, okay, Kit, you hold down the fort. I'm gonna go and let Jack know that he's probably best coming up.
How will you let him know?
Well, I'm gonna physically go down there and I'm gonna be like, hey, Jack, get your ass back here. Your comms are out.
Oh, if you're sure.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Look, if we end up in a shit situation, I think we want Jack with us, don't we? Instead of like, I don't know, half a kilometer
hell yeah.
underground.
I'm just thinking that if
Just you stay here at the top, okay? And if anything happens, pull me the fuck up.
oh hell yeah.
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay.
Okay, Harry, you clip into into the
I
actual.
hate these 5-point harnesses.
Yeah, put it on, clip yourself in,
They always
and
pinch your right.
Kit is going to push the button to send you down, which you do.
I sort of gingerly do, and I'm not that
Yep.
about it.
The cable and winch starts to
Seeing as
lower
we're in the
you down.
franchise, can I go like this? As the thumb goes out.
Yeah, you head on into the dark.
The last you see is my thumb tip.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, Kit. You're slowly lowering Jean-Michel down.
You stay up here. You don't leave for anything.
No, I'm good. I gotcha. And I feel really guilty about having sort of been resentful towards Jean-Michel because I kind of really realized that I do like the guy after all now.
You resented me?
Who said that?
There is a rival thing on my sheet. I needed to put someone in, and Elizabeth was really nice to me.
I'm sorry, I've just been terribly oblivious of you all, which was in character. And not
I was
as-
assuming you were all going to be
not as a
putting me
result of
down
laziness.
as the company person. Anyway.
Kai, you run off to go and get various flares, and you've got those like large hand, very very incredibly strong floodlight.
All right, I thought you just said meant that he had like really big hands so he can
It's
carry
a
a lot.
massive hand and carry it. No, you've
Important
got
distinction.
a really powerful flashlight,
Okay.
and some flares,
Cool.
which you kind of like.
And just some kind of, I don't know, carabiners or like a little bit of rope or something to kind of make some kind of way of tying it to the rope.
That's fine. That's easy enough to do. As you kind of come back to the chasm, you meet Elizabeth, and she Says, would you like some help with that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, go grab some more if you don't mind, and bring it back to the rest of the guys.
Sure, no problem, Kai. And she wanders off to go and get some more. As you make your way back to the chasm, Jean-Michel starts to go down the beginning part of the chasm, walls on either side.
Hey, Jean, hold up.
He's already gone by the time you get back. Yeah. So you're going down, and it takes you a fair way down.
Oh yeah.
And then it opens up. As it opens up, you can see down, and you can see a light. You can see two sources of light. One, this smoky kind of flare light, and the other one is a very small torchlight of Jack, as he's kind of flashing it around. You notice that as you're kind of going down on the actual cable, the other cable is kind of moving around a little bit. So it's obviously that to you that Jack is not connected. So let me just let me 1 second.
Oh wow.
Jack, in front of you, I'll just remind yourself and others, you are currently in a gully, much like the top right corner, as if the top part of that is actually cut off. And in front of you, you had to take a couple of steps up, and it looks like, for all intents and purposes, a runway, I guess is the best way to describe it. When you first landed, it looked much like a black altar. When you got up to it, it's fairly sort of long, probably about 12 meters in length, and then it just heads on into the darkness. Either side of it, like the ribs of a giant skeleton, you've got these large gullies, interspersed with smaller gullies, and in one of those gullies, that's where you saw the vac suit.
I've not visualized any of that, other than there's a goalie with a vac suit in it ahead of me.
And so there's big gullies and there's wee gullies.
There is.
And one of the wee gullies has the vac suit.
Where am I standing right now exactly?
So you're currently standing in a gully, which you kind of like stepped up.
And the walkway is up like at the top of one of the gullies?
So if you're facing the walkway, like you were standing at the head of a table.
Yeah.
You've got this long, straight,
yeah,
dark. Ooh, I like that ambient music.
Platform, which goes on into the darkness. Spreading from that walkway, left and right from that, you've got like ribs of a rib cage. But instead of them being raised ribs, they're like gullies. And each of the gullies are between 4 foot and 6 foot. And they kind of alternate.
It's like the skeleton. It's like the skeleton. A giant skeleton has been pressed down into mud and left an impression.
Yes.
So like a reverse ribs.
That's it.
Right. Okay. And I'm standing, looking perpendicular to these, so they're like that in front of me, or are they running? Are they running like straight ahead?
So they're perpendicular to you. And straight ahead
got it.
Is this large walkway that's kind of
okay.
It's heading straight down.
All right, fine.
Off to the right-hand side, in one of those gullies, you could see something.
Okay.
Once you kind of got a bit closer.
So there's like a depression in the ground up ahead, where there's these frequent depressions, and in one of them up ahead to my right, I can see something.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And then last session, you threw the flare, which then caught whatever was on, and then you could see that it was a vac suit. As the flare had kind of like caught a lighter part of the vac suit.
Okay. I've just unclicked myself because I'm going to go down and have a closer look.
Yep.
So I'm committing to this. I'm going to... where I'm standing right now, I had 3... Let me look at my character sheet very quickly. I believe I took 3 down with me, didn't I? Because I've used 2 already. I didn't put up my character sheet. So I have one left, is that right? One flare?
You've got one flare left, yeah.
I'm just curious about how I'm going to find my way back to this, It's quite important I can find my way back to my harness.
Yeah, well, it looks like, so to orientate yourself, you're actually stopped right at the very beginning of this walkway.
Okay,
this
fine.
Dark, black walkway. So you could.
Can I loop my harness like onto the? Is there like a rail? There's no rail on this thing. You said it was just like a flat platform, right?
Yeah, it's a flat platform.
Is there any way to like? I've undone my harness. Does it just drop to the floor, or does it start moving backwards away from me?
It's kind of sort of about ankle height.
And it's going.
So it's loose.
Okay.
But ankle height on the floor.
Okay, fine. As long as it's fine. As long as I can find it fairly easily.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Fine. Good. Then I'm going to approach the. I mean, I haven't heard any of this stuff about the. I haven't heard the radio, the clip. Sorry, the audio clip from 7 years ago. So I don't know that that's happened. I can see it's a vac suit. I am assuming that it's from a previous group. I mean, the only thing that makes sense is that they're, with this mining operation was going for 6 years. Somebody found out about this, but it for some reason didn't make it into the official records. So, yeah, I'm gonna go take a quick look.
Yep. You start to climb over the ribs for intents purposes. Yeah. You've got to go a couple of them across. And as you get over the first one, you can see that the actual depression, much like the picture you see above, has got all these stylized images that don't seem to make much sense, but there's all these stylized carving. So clearly this is not a naturally occurring thing.
Yeah. I've got a helmet light on as well, right?
You have, this helmet light on.
Okay.
As you get a little bit closer, you can see where the flare is burning, and you can see this, which you think is the vac suit. It is actually exactly what you thought. It's an empty vac suit.
An empty one. There's no body.
It's an empty one.
Okay.
There's no body in it, and you can see that the front of the actual glass of the vac suit has caved in and it's cracked and smashed. And where you've thrown the flare, it's kind of like caught on the boots and the sort of like trouser leg. And it's trying really hard to burn it, but they are kind of like fire resistant. So it's generating quite a lot of smoke as well. So
I'll just kick the flare slightly to the side so it's not actually attempting to set fire to the suit. And then I'll just quickly have a little scan round. I'll walk the top of the ridge that I'm down in right now, so I'm kind of have a little bit of elevation, and I'll just do a quick 360 scan. Looking kind of like into the gullies around me, just to see if I can see anything else.
Sure. So where you're standing, you're pretty much standing right next to the platform.
Yeah.
So you could, where you're standing, you can put your hand onto the actual platform.
Oh, right.
Itself,
I'm that close.
quite flat.
Yeah.
You're looking down into the gully, and the gully goes off into the darkness, and it kind of like starts to move away from you and then move up, and then it kind of ends in like a rounded shape. Probably, you reckon, a good 60, 70 meters that way, off to your right.
In the same gully that this vac suit is in.
In the same gully. So you've got these
so like running perpendicular away from
they're like this. They're kind of like
and right in the middle is the walkway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so like running, if those are the gullies, then like running basically just along the one that I'm currently looking at into the wall as it starts going up is something round.
Yeah.
When you say something round, could it be like a doorway?
No,
or an opening,
it looks like it's actually the raised part of the gullies are kind of rounded, and they kind of move off into the darkness, and they kind of like join at a sort of like rounded tip.
Okay.
So you've kind of like got this kind of weird, like a crab's feet up.
Okay. So I've seen enough. I'm definitely not equipped to be exploring this right now. So I think it's time to go back up, and maybe in the morning we can get some supplies together and come back down.
As you do that, you're
my
scanning
thinking.
around, and
Yeah.
you can see a light coming up from above you,
Okay.
and you can see a flashlight kind of like flashing around.
Yeah.
Obviously somebody else is coming down. And as you do that,
Hello? Who's coming down?
Are comms working?
your comm then kicks in,
Oh, for good.
and just out the corner of your eye, something runs
From
over
whose
one of
eye?
the gullies.
My eye.
Yours, Jack. Something runs over the gully.
Hey, who's coming down? What the fuck was that?
Jack, it's Jean-Michel. I think we should get back up to the surface.
Yeah, I think
we've got a bit of a situation, and I think you need to hear it from the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking towards my harness while I'm saying this and saying, "Yeah, stop where you are. Don't bother coming back down. I'm just gonna get back into my harness and then I'll be coming up. Just if you can just kind of let people know back up there if you've still got comms. I found a vac suit that's empty, but seems to have taken some damage. Looks quite old, and I think I just saw something running down here. It's very peculiar, but I'm gonna be coming back up. Well, I'll give you a full report.
Can you make an observation roll, please?
Yeah. If I have to.
You absolutely have to.
1-6.
Okay. Yeah. So again, something catches the light, and yeah, it's probably about large dog size, and it's on all fours, and it just skitters over. So you don't get a chance to have a look at it and get a good idea what it is. Just that it's on all fours, and it's skittered over one of the ribs and down into a gully, out of sight.
Out of character, we all know, I presume, that there's not supposed to be four-legged life forms on New Alaska.
Nope, not that you're aware of.
Oop.
Yeah, I don't like that. Right, I'm gonna kind of rush a bit quicker to get back to my harness,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say to Jean-Michel, "Hey, Jean-Michel, as soon as I let you know, can you shut up for them to just start pulling the harness up? There's
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
There's something down here. I have no idea what it is. I don't want to be. I'm sure there's a logical reason for it. But I'm not prepared to.
Yeah, of course.
We don't have to-
There's xenofauna on this planet.
Yeah,
Please make a mobility roll for me, please, Jack.
an agility roll.
Mobility roll.
Mobility. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I've got 2 in that. I'm rolling stuff that I'm. Yeah, I've got 2 6s.
Yep, not a problem. You jump over them like a gazelle. Very, very short-footed of yourself. And yeah,
Look at him go.
Jean-Michel is now coming down as you're running towards your harness, and he's just like, no, come down.
I'm just gonna give some tugs on the rope,
Yeah.
Have you still got comms with the people at the top?
no cuts out.
Oh, right. Yeah, then you need to start. Oh, right then.
But I'm hoping that over the length of this rope tugging, we'll still be able to do something.
Well, if I notice this, I will absolutely push the up button. Please don't make me roll an observation roll.
No. It very quickly you realize the cable's like tugging around. You're like, all right, I'll push the up. And Jean-Michel.
Usually two tugs is stop.
Yeah.
And 3 tugs is get me the fuck out of here.
Presumably it's 3 tugs.
Well, Jack's not clipped on yet.
Okay. Jack, you make your way to the walkway, go over the walkway and down to your clip. You start to put your clip in. It's just like you're looking around, make another observation.
Can I make an observation roll too?
You can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push that. I think it's important for me to. I'm stressed and I wanna. I saw something, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Take an extra stress for this. I know. Oh fuck.
Did it twice.
Yep, that's about right.
Okay,
You
well,
want to,
I'll make my stress roll.
okay.
Good fucking god.
Fucking
Oh, no.
hell! You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using each of these separate minus
Could you
2.
make a mobility roll with your
Minus
modifier to try and get this? To try and get it clipped in time.
Mobility. So I right click. Yep. And I take a stress modifier. Do I put stress modifier of 2 or minus 2?
You do. Yeah. No, 2 for your stress modifier.
Yeah.
But you get minus 2 to your skill dice.
No. So it's, when I right click on it, it says roll modified mobility check. It says base modifier and stress modifier.
Oh, so yeah. So your base modifier is at minus 2.
Okay. Yeah. What's the stress modifier meant to be? It doesn't matter. Whatever. Oh, that's adding extra stress to it or something.
That's if I add more stress.
Right.
I think you got enough stress. You're fine.
No successes. I will
So
push that one too, I think. I push that one too.
If you would like to try, you can go right ahead.
Hmm.
When you're pushing,
No.
is it one stat push per scene, or is it one roll you can push? Like, there's a
One
talent
roll.
that you repeatedly push, isn't there?
It's one. You can push
one
once per
roll.
test.
Yeah.
And if you got the stat, you can do it more than once for that stat.
Yeah, for that
With the
test.
talent.
For that test.
For that test.
Yeah. But I don't actually think I'm going to start loading up my stress just this early on yet. Although thinking about it, like it doesn't mean I would get clipped in. I might be pulled to safety quicker. I think I can't get this. I can't get this thing clipped together. So I'm trying desperately to do it. So I am going to push.
Looking around.
Fucking hell.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was not a good plan. But whatever.
Okay.
All good. Rolling my stress again. Fuck. More panic. So I'm at level 9. Drop the item. I drop a weapon or an important item. You can decide which. And my stress increases by 1. So my stress should be up to 4 now.
Yeah. Yes, you're really definitely trying to get it. You kind of have to like move your gun, and you kind of like do that, and then as you're trying to clip it in, the shotgun slides down into the gully. You're like, dodge. And at that moment,
I still don't have a success. I still do not have a success. I said.
Yeah, so you're still trying desperately to get this thing on. And something.
Something eats me.
Something eats you. That seems harsh, don't you think?
Well, not at least without a die roll.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
Jesus. Can't be good.
Okay.
Fist strike.
Yep. So, yeah, as you're trying to get it on, you just look out the corner of your eye, out the side of your suit, and this four-legged thing hits you on the side. I do believe you've got some armor, which you may roll.
Do I? Yeah.
You're wearing your ape suit.
Yep.
Yep. Armor 3. No successes.
Okay.
Jesus.
It's fine. So yeah, you take 1 damage.
I take how much? 1.
Just 1. You get pushed. You try and kind of grab your footing, and you slip, and you also go down into the gully. And whatever it is has jumped over you and gone. Jean-Michel, you see this thing rush, hit Jack, and then disappear.
I'm swearing as well, like fuck, ah!
Okay. When I saw him fumble with the clips, I was gonna like drop down further, try and help him. I'm gonna continue with that plan. I'm just gonna be like, Jack, stop fucking about and clip your harness up. So I'd like to see if I can roll to help him in some way.
So, Jean-Michel, so you were like tugging on your on your cord to go up, but you didn't in the end. You kind of decided not to. You just hang in midair.
Yeah, I was under the impression I've been dangling like 6 feet off the ground for a while.
Yeah, you probably about you're probably a bit more than that, but yeah, so somewhere around sort of 10 foot, something like that. And you can see all that's happening around you. You're like,
Astronetta, no.
Yeah.
Okay. You can just use the tug, and you'll be able to go down.
Well, usually you have like 2 ropes, and one of them you control the one that descends you, and you can tug on the one that sort of person at the top can use to yank you right up, right?
No, so you are on one single cable, which goes up to the top, where there's a winch system.
Yeah, we're on
There's
like
no
we're on like a
secondary-
metal cable.
Yeah, like a little metal.
Okay, so
The
this is
same
like
sort of thing they
a
use for
jury-rigged
rescue
setup then.
helicopters. Yeah,
Okay,
and it's about
that's
6 or 7
very
years old.
encouraging.
In fact, I don't see how we'd be able to tug on anything if it's
No,
if
No,
it's
there's
taut.
true.
It's not a thick cable. It's quite a thin cable.
Yeah, but if it's taut with our body hanging on the
you
end
could
of it.
just still just do that, and it will kind of like make a
Yeah. Okay.
A sort of vibration.
yeah.
You're literally
Yeah.
killing yourselves here, guys. Just roll with it.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you mean, guys? It's all Matt.
If I remember rightly from last week, we set Matt's up with 2 cables, didn't we?
Yeah, and we discussed how the
thought we
tugging
did.
would work.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I'm guessing
yeah,
Harry's
okay.
gone down in a rush.
Harry's like,
Yeah, we'll go with
I'm
that. I
trying to
like that.
tug. Oh, it's.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'll-
like
I'll
all of this aside, I'd like to go and see if I can't help out
Yeah.
Jack,
Okay.
and just be like, first of all, clip up your harness. Second of all, what in the name of actual fuck was that?
You can't see wherever this thing has gone. Jack,
Jean-Michel,
you're,
if you got a gun,
Yeah, right next to my fucking rocket launcher in my tank.
for fuck's sake, where's my shotgun? Shit, I dropped it. I'm assuming I slid. You gotta
Yeah.
give me something here.
should I?
I
Yeah,
slid
you
down
slid
the
down
right
into the same
direction
gully.
into the right goalie. Okay.
Yeah. So you've gone into the right
Thank
gully,
you.
and your shotgun is at the bottom. So you kind of slid
I'm
down.
going grabbing it as I'm kind of also like getting to my feet, looking around wildly. I'm
Yeah.
in a panic still, though thankfully I'm not like trying to run away and hide.
Yeah. You kind of like slide into this gully, and you kind of grab your shotgun, and you kind of you feel a lot better now you've got it to hand.
Can I try and scramble back up and clip myself in again?
Yep. You can try and scramble up, make a mobility roll. Just
Just don't fuck it up. No! I'm rolling stress again, I suppose.
it's all going so wrong.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Let's play.
I'm
Alien
frozen in
Isolation.
fear.
Jeez.
Maybe I hear
Fun
something.
they say.
Maybe I think I hear something. I mean, I've got a helmet on, right? Or I think I see
Yeah.
something, maybe.
Yeah, you think you see something, you stop, and you kind of like aim your shotgun in that general direction.
My stress goes up again another notch.
Harry,
Yeah.
could you increase your stress level by 1?
Yeah.
He looks like he is panicking big time,
Yeah.
which makes you massively uneasy.
Yeah. Logical.
Yeah. Hey, he's looking around, his shotgun is waving everywhere.
All right, Jack.
And he kind of stops and just is looking in one direction.
All right, Jack. Look, I know it's tense, and we both saw some kind of creature, but priority is getting topside. Okay, so let's focus on that.
This
At
is
that point,
The last time
taking some time, right, Ed?
the last
This is taking some time, right?
it's kind of taking, probably about 5 minutes.
Time for me to get back with the flares or not?
You've come back and they're kind of, he's already down and he's
Cool.
already going
So
down and stuff.
In the chasm, these 2 lines are like in the middle of the chasm
Yeah.
area, right? So if I kind of like throw a couple of flares to the sides. It's going to be well clear of them, but illuminate the dark patches around them.
Yep.
All right, so I've kind of slung 2 to the left and slung 2 to the right.
Okay.
And I'm so relieved that Kai's back and I'm not like in sole charge of the whole upstairs situation.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Jack gone?
Okay, so that's quite good. So actually, so Jean-Michel, as Jack is kind of like looking, he thinks he sees something in that direction. This flare falls and lands on the actual walkway. And on the walkway, you can see this creature on all fours. Looks like it's probably about to pounce down into the gully onto Jack from behind him. When you look at it, it looks like a person, but they kind of are quite misshapen, and they're sort of like on their hands and knees. But they seem to, it just doesn't look right. It looks like some of their body parts are broken.
I guess I'm gonna do something like shout, "Fuck, Jack! Watch out behind you!"
Okay. Unfortunately, he is frozen in fear.
You would think
For a whole round.
Yeah.
Well, I get a fast action, right? Still, I just lose a slow action.
Yeah, you've got a fast action.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
I think if you shout that to me as my fast action, I will spin around, but I won't be able to shoot or move or like do anything else.
Okay.
So just at least to face it.
that makes film sense.
Fucking hell! How many dice are you rolling? Stop it!
Right. So there we go.
If the attack hit, I mean, I can read this.
Yeah.
We can all read this. So I'm assuming you hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damage 1. If it hits, I'm knocked to the ground, so I'm now prone. I drop my gun. I have to make an immediate panic roll. God fucking damn it. Here we go. 2. There's small mercies. Seek cover. I must use my next action to move away from the danger and find a safe spot. So I'm running. I'm legging it.
Makes sense. You try to like push away, and so it's kind of jumped on you.
But it's starting to pummel me.
Knocked you to the ground, and it's smacking you in the. You've got some armor, so you can.
It says it's an immediate bonus attack with 10 base dice. Have you already rolled that?
Yeah, it's already done. Don't worry.
So let me roll my armor and see how much damage I actually take. I block one of them.
Okay.
So how much damage do I take?
You've taken 2 more damage.
Okay, so I'm down to 2 health.
It's bashing you through the actual suit. It is obviously very powerful. It's smacking you and hitting you. You can feel your ribs starting to crack, and you're trying to like move back as it's like on top of you. Now it's standing on top of you. You can see that it's got a large chunk of its face missing, sort of like around its eye. Its jaw is sticking out. It's got these teeth that have kind of gone in the wrong directions. And it's got this one bloodshot eye that's kind of sort of almost hanging out. And it's screaming, and there's all this stuff and splitting and stuff coming over you. Yeah.
Quick note about stress. I didn't finish reading my panic condition. I decrease my stress level by 1, but Jean-Michel's is going to go up by 1.
Goes up 1. Yeah.
So.
Duly noted.
Seeing him getting his butt clearly handed to him.
I still have 4 stress.
Like, oh my god. You're like, ah.
Fuck's sake.
Right. I'm handing God some initiative for you. So that's handy. Jack, you're on the 1, so you are going next. You're trying to get away.
I have to use my next action to seek cover, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and push it off me, and then stand up and flee. I mean, that's what I'm gonna be. I don't know how much that I'm gonna be able to do. I guess standing up is also fast action. Pushing it's gonna be a full like contested.
Yeah.
Some sort of contested action, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that would be either close combat or a strength roll. I'm not sure which.
I'll make it close combat.
I've got 0 in it anyway.
That's fine.
Hey, it's a wash.
Okay.
I'm not pushing that. Oh, maybe I should.
Okay.
Maybe I should. But hold on, maybe I should.
It's worked really well for you so far.
Yeah, it has. I'm gonna push it.
Yeah, you're due a
Hey,
break.
look at that!
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
I had 4 dice. Oh, fucking
Ah.
hell.
Oh no.
It's the same
That's fine.
thing. Seeking cover again.
So
So I
you're
drop
just
back
trying
down,
to push. You're trying to get away from him. That's basically. What you're trying
and
to do.
Jean-Michel's gonna take another point of stress while he's watching this.
Ooh,
Um,
But I
But
do,
at this point-
I do succeed though, right? Well,
you
that success does still count.
Yeah. So you managed to get away from him, push him away. You're kind of like trying to get away. Jean-Michel, you now touch down onto the ground.
yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah. That's great. I'm torn. I'm very torn.
As another flare hits the floor.
I'll just help you with being torn. Don't fucking leave me! Help! What are you doing? It's
Yeah,
gonna
makes
kill
sense.
me!
Okay, I am basically useless when it comes to physically overpowering anything. So that's great. That's really useful. What have I got here?
It's your action next, so.
I want to use analysis to understand the creature. What do you think about that?
Bastard.
I like it.
Okay.
Fascinating. Where's my notebook?
Jack,
Yeah,
get
just
the
be like-
creature to pummel you again so I can look and see its anatomy in action.
Okay.
Let go of its
Sure.
arm. Let go of its arm. You're holding it back.
And here we have.
Stop teasing it.
Okay. Sure.
Crikey, what a ripper! I'm gonna see if I can jam my thumb up its butthole! You're
Well,
a
then-
beautiful creature! Look at his bloodshot
Sure.
eye!
Sure. Why not?
I'm so proud of myself for having, I think, got both of those references.
And
Here we
Okay.
have
Go on then, Harry.
delightful subject of the Humanus Mutatus genre.
yes.
Yeah, observation roll.
Nope. I think I accidentally did
Whoa.
that twice. Fuck
There's
a
always a lot of that
doodle
going
do.
Why am I not rolling like that when I've got 3 stress? Fuck's sake.
Okay. So for every success you roll, you get to ask GM one of the questions below. Is it human or alien? Is it dead or alive? How old is it? What's its purpose? How does it work? What problems could it cause? Well, I think we can answer some of those without having to make any rolls.
Dead or alive, dead or alive, ask dead or alive.
Is it dead or alive?
It's dead.
Zombie aliens, yay!
Right. Well, it definitely is dead because it's got the back of its head missing. Okay.
Super.
Um,
I guess, how does it work?
yeah. Well, first of all, you can reduce one of your stress by 1.
Thank fuck for that. I mean,
Um,
for all the good that it'll do me.
And I guess you can shout out some encouraging words which would reduce the stress of Jack by 1. So it appears to have a very good mobility. It seems to have quite a high amount of strength. It doesn't seem to be using sight as a means to locate its prey, a la Jack, because one of its, the side of its head is missing. And it does appear to have the remnants of clothing. So presumably at one point it was a human.
Although it's not a question on the list, can I ask a question off the list?
Sure.
By
Let's go,
what
Rogue.
sense does it detect people? Seeing
is a
as
good
it's
question.
dead and its eyes is bollocks and its ears is bollocks because it's missing, I assume, a good bit of brain.
Yeah. You are uncertain.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought it
afraid
might be.
to tell you.
No, that's
Um,
understandable. I mean, it was a long shot.
Clearly, it's not through any senses that you know of. Maybe it has kind of sonar or something like that. Maybe.
Jean-Michel, what the fuck are you waiting for? Get it off me!
Can I grab one of the flares off the ground and try and, like, fend it away?
You pick up one of the flares, but you can't do anything with it yet.
Well, it's a solid plan.
It's going to try its luck again as you're trying to push away and trying to get as far away from this thing as possible. You're slowly going towards the end of this gully. Okay. It's going to, let's see. It does the same thing. It rushes at you again. You can choose to defend yourself if you want.
I need to get to my feet.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to hope my armor soaks up this
Okay.
beat down.
Do you want to make an armor roll for me, please?
Fuck. Yeah, so I take 1 damage, right?
Yep.
Out of my last health.
It's basically hitting and pummeling you.
Ah!
You're kind of like trying to you're trying to like snap out of what's going on. So it's back to you. What are you gonna do? As another flare falls. Does my
gun? Does my gun happen to be anywhere nearby?
Yeah, you're still with it. You didn't drop it, so.
Can I grab it and like cinematically like just pull it like around and try and shoot this thing?
Sure.
Point blank range, like because it's on like with one hand trying to hold it back while it's like I imagine it's like beating me.
Yeah, I like that. You kind of like while you were sort of like moving backwards, you're trying to just sort of like bring it up to shoot it in a very awkward way.
I'm just looking at my 4 stress die here. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. Fucking hell, nothing. Ugh. I think this is my last chance. I've got 1 health left. Jean-Michel is taking notes, so I've got to help myself here. I'm pushing.
I was going to suggest
success.
I might be able to get aid dice if I'm trying to jab it with a flare. But yeah, you go ahead and make some jokes about notes.
Well, you shot it.
Yeah, so I'm rolling stress now.
Scream.
Level 12, scream.
That's fine.
Everyone's panic. Everyone's stress is going. My stress goes down 1, but everyone makes an immediate panic roll. Jean-Michel has to make a panic roll.
Yeah. So your stress goes down. You shoot it. So you hit it. What's the damage you do to it?
Oh yeah,
I think it's 3,
of course.
isn't it?
Yeah. Inventory. Damage of 3 with a pump action. Boom.
Okay. You basically shoot it and its side kind of like comes out. As you scream this horrible blood-curdling scream. Jean-Michel, if you can make a panic roll for me, please.
Okie dokie.
I'm like,
I don't know how to make a panic roll. This
Open your sheet and click on the stress at the top right.
Okay.
Stress roll.
Yep. Oh.
Ah, like that.
That's
Like
done
that.
a lot though.
Hey,
That
this
is,
is how it starts.
Not intuitive.
You're like, but that's okay. You gonna jam the flare in its back?
That was a general idea, yeah.
Go on then, make a jam flare in its back. So melee, please.
Yeah.
Close combat. Sorry.
This is gonna go real well.
Well,
Well, it didn't go real bad. But
you want to
let's
push it?
try-
Or...
Yeah, I do.
Yes. you do.
Oh,
Fuck.
Here we go. There we go. More panic.
Yeah, great. You kind of like jam the flare into it. Well, you try to, and then you drop the flare next to it as it lands next to Jack. So you've got this flare going off right next to you as this thing's kind of like struggling with you. You've shot it, and its sides come out. It starts to scream, and it jumps off of you.
Okay.
And starts to make its way. Well, it's going to attempt to. Terrible. It basically turns around, but Jean-Michel is blocking its exit, which leaves you to do something.
Me?
You, Jack.
What was my last panic condition? I think I'm still trying to. I had a scream, right?
Screaming, wasn't it?
You screamed, yeah. So
Does that
that
do I basically ignore the previous ones?
yeah. So it just takes
Right.
over.
I mean, I'm at a very, very high level of panic here, so I think I'm going to. I've shot it once. I think I've realized what's happened here. Can I pick up the flare? I mean, I'm wearing a vac suit, so I'm wearing like thick gloves, I guess. So it will be hot, but I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna like point it at the creature.
Right.
And kind of get to my feet. So basically, like picking it up, pushing myself to my feet is gonna be like 2 fast actions.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be holding it out like towards it.
In front of you.
So I got my I'm kind of holding the shotgun in one hand, and I'm holding this flare in the other.
Sure. Up top, you hear the sound. Like you don't hear anything, and then you hear the sound of a shotgun reverberate out from below you, which is kind of intermingled with that sound of the whistling through the pipes that kept you up and brought you here in the first place.
Is Elizabeth back?
She is.
So we can see these lights dancing around everywhere, right?
No,
We can't see the lights, the flares
you
moving, or
can't see
anything
them.
else.
Yeah.
Okay,
You throw the flares in, but you can't actually look down
that's
to see
fine.
it. It goes into darkness.
And there's no more harnesses, there's no more lines, and it's about, you said it was like a kilometre down or something? It was like really deep.
Yeah, it's just under that.
Okay.
It's like 990 meters, I think it was.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
do you think you should go down there? There's no reason why there should be a gunshot down there.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, crap.
She says,
That's Jack's shotgun.
how are we going to do that?
How much damage can your hand sustain?
she pulls off a couple of things, starts to tear them around her hands.
He does the same. Gets a rope and basically kind of ties it almost into a hangman's noose around the cable.
Mhm.
So you grab that and hopefully kind of ride it down and then use that as a brake down the bottom.
She says, Kai, perhaps maybe you should clip yourself in.
Me?
Yes, sir. You. If you fall, you'll die.
That's a very, very good point. Yeah, let's clip ourselves in.
Back to you down the bottom. Right. It turns to look at you, Jean-Michel. What are you going to do?
You all look frozen.
No, he's not.
No.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm just still
In a lot of
pregnant
fear.
pause.
It's like,
thinking. Sorry, I realise that's bad pod. I think that one thing I could do is I could run. One thing I could do is I could try and punch it, I guess. A third option is I could try and sidestep around it to let it move past me, and or give it like a shove away from Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems like indirect confrontation, which seems a bit better than and more in character,
Okay.
but also more practical than just doing a runner.
Right. Okay. Gonna give it a shove, are you?
So
Or you
I'd
gonna
like
step
to,
aside?
I'd like to try and sidestep it so that it's got room to run past me, but
Yep.
also I'd like to try and give it a shove in the direction away from Jack and myself.
Okay.
As I sidestep, I'm expecting I should be able to step closer to Jack and out of its path.
Yeah. Okay. If you can make a mobility roll, please.
At least that's something more in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
Well, balls.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So do I
yeah.
succeed then freeze or just freeze?
You stop. You don't actually do the push, but you kind of sidestep out the way and then stop, realizing maybe if you push it, it might suddenly attack you.
That is a point. Yes, I had considered that.
It looks at you with its one gammy eye, and it jumps off and rushes towards the walkway, and jumps up onto the walkway and runs really fast or on all fours.
Okay.
Jack.
I'm gonna immediately try and clip myself. I'm gonna lay the flare on the walkway.
Yep.
And then try and clip myself in right next to it, so if I need to, I can grab it again.
Yep.
And I'm gonna sling the shotgun over my shoulder. So
Can I help
it's
Jack
in hand.
clip in?
You can. Yep.
Thank you. Do I need to roll mobility then?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's run off into the darkness. You're like, right, okay, now's the time. I'll clip in. You make your way to the harness, and you clip in. Right. Kai,
Yep.
you clip into the into your harness, and you put a clip around the actual cable, and presuming you and Elizabeth are about to slide down the cable.
No, he's not going anywhere.
You're getting her to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Right.
no intentions of going down there, especially not now there's been a shotgun blast.
Okay.
Mental.
All right.
But she's
So-
going down on the other line that he's not attached to, because he was on two lines, right? So he had the messenger
yes.
line and the cable line. Obviously,
Right.
if she goes down the cable line, then she's going to just, well, he's going to put his head up her ass, but so hopefully down the sideline.
Okay.
Me go down there.
Silly. Okay. Yes. Elizabeth clips in, and she.
I wasn't sure if they had like abseil harnesses or anything like that. I kind of assumed not. So
Yeah. No. And so she ends up just sliding down the line. She clips into the line, so she's got somewhere to go, and then just starts to slide down. As you feel, Jack, your second line start to go taut.
Oh, it wouldn't hit the
And-
bottom. It wouldn't hit the bottom.
No, it's kind of like moving around, but you can tell
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something.
Something's
Up
happening
there.
with it. It's
Yeah.
moving.
You've kind of clipped in.
Then I'll if my other line is doing that and I'm not taught on the line myself, I'm gonna give mine however many tugs I need to give it to say, get me the fuck out of here. And I imagine
Get
Jean-Michel's
your-
gonna do the same.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You feel the pull me up signal.
I think
in which
some-
case,
let's do some concerted shouting while we're at it.
Fuck that dog.
in which case is a quick Elizabeth, hold up! They're coming up.
She's gone.
No, there are.
Oh no.
Well,
Push the
there's
buttons,
worse ways
get 'em
to
up.
go.
Yeah. So the winch starts to winch them up. It feels really slow. And you're forever looking around below you.
I'm taking the flare with me, by the way. Like, I give it the tug, and then I grab the flare, and I basically, as I start slowly getting winched up into the air, I'm kind of like, as I imagine, I'm like by my back, like just rotating, you know?
Yeah. Just...
like chicken dinner.
You start to get winched up. Probably about 5-10 minutes later, you can see a light coming down on the other line.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna get prepared to grab somebody.
like,
am I off? How far off the ground are we by now?
You can see the flares down below you. And you're
10 minutes
up.
of slow winching.
So with
like more than like 5 meters, right?
Yeah, you're more than 5 meters. You're probably sort of like 120.
Yeah, so I'll let go of the flare now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll like as I see that there's this light coming down, then I'm gonna get ready to try and like grab somebody, because
As you're
can our comms working by then with that person coming down?
No, the only two comms are between you and Jean-Michel.
Okay.
So as you're kind of going up, and you realize you're at a safe distance and nothing's going to be able to jump up at you, you can see spread out below you in this large cavern what looks like, you can see the walkway through the flares, the ribs that are sticking out either side, and towards the top end of the walkway you can see a large, what looks like a massive skull, sort of like just catching, glinting the
so the walkway
lights.
is going towards this giant skull.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't really tell too much because of all the the smoke and stuff from the flare anyway. So you're continuing to go up. You eventually get met by Elizabeth coming down, and she kind of gets to where you are, and she's kind of clipped on, and she's kind of trying to almost free sail down. Her hands and the cloth and stuff that she's got is all kind of like ripped up. You can see all the flesh and stuff is kind of hanging off her metal insides and biomechanical skeletal, and she's kind of like got to you.
Can I grab her?
She kind of smiles at you, and she just kind of waits for you and then hooks onto you, so that you can both be pulled up together.
Okay, all right.
So that takes about 20 minutes or so, and giving you enough time to kind of collect your thoughts.
I am pleased to see you, Elizabeth. You would not believe the crazy shit that's going on down there.
She says, yes, is everything okay?
Not really, no.
I gotta look down.
Fucked up. He's gonna need a lot of help.
I'm in a bad way, and I've got the gore of some fucking thing all over me, which we're probably gonna need to analyze.
God, I hope it's not poisonous.
She
remember I shot a shotgun while it was on top of me, so I'm assuming some of it.
She's kind of got her legs sort of like wrapped around your leg and kind of hanging onto your thing, and so she's like smearing the ick.
I just
your
she can go to town. I'm just like, I need bed and drugs.
A shower in a hospital, you maniac.
She then, as you're going up, she then repeats what she played to the rest of them. Excuse me.
Well, that's just great. That's just fucking great.
I am too sober for this shit.
So Kai asked me to send it off to the main research base.
Okay. Well, hopefully...
It looks like someone's deleted these or attempted to.
Well, now I think we know why Wayland Yutani was trying to sabotage our ship. Oh. Yeah.
You don't look great, Jack.
I don't feel great. I'm just relieved I'm still alive, to be honest.
Yeah, you kind of have a sort of like awkward sort of like 10-minute winch up to the top, where Kit and Kai are both waiting for you.
With an empty bottle.
Nice.
This is
Why
my
not?
plan.
An empty bottle of what?
Well, what I suggested we should be drinking instead of going down the dark chasm. The injuries. Who shot what? Did you hear anything?
It's a long story.
All right.
Look,
Kind of
I'm
haul it back onto the gangplank.
Job number 1 is sorting Jack out, and then we'll tell you.
No worries. Does he need a stretcher?
I think he's walking with
I think I can make it to the.
Yeah.
medical
Elizabeth,
bay.
maybe support him though.
All right, let's go back to the course.
She kind of grabs Jack and helps him.
Where is it we were staying? Was it commercial ops? No, crew
no.
quarters. There you go.
No, crew quarters down the bottom.
Is there still danger
Yes.
up here?
Maybe.
Shall we hole up in the cargo bay where the cat is instead of the crew quarters?
Don't
Not a
forget,
bad plan.
on top of the chasm, you can shut the actual grate.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it locks with the mag lock.
I do not know if those things can climb, but seeing how well they run and jump, they probably can.
It's so
There's
high up though.
something-
We do not know if there is more than one.
And we know they can survive for 7 years.
Apparently.
Or something's breeding. Or they're eating ice worms.
Whatever, and we also don't know if there is another way into this facility from the chasm.
One of the
Then-
mines, maybe. That's true.
Let's definitely hole up in the cargo bay
So-
for tonight. The
Can-
cat's company enough for the night.
I am actually no good with a weapon, but I would very much like to have one.
Did we get permission to open the locker for firearms training? I can't remember.
No.
Would you like to go and see if we can get our own permission?
Here it is. Cutting torch.
Yep.
Yeah.
As a company agent, I'll
Up.
just hold up a thumb.
Yeah.
As a company agent, you do not approve of this plan. We understand officially.
Oh no, I officially approve.
Elizabeth, do you want to help Jack
course.
back to the snowcat
But
and see to your hand as well? Sorry about that.
I've
and,
got
um,
family
The
back on
cutting
air.
torch in question, my cutting torch.
If you find any proper medical
Good, isn't it?
equipment where the weapons are, please grab it and bring it with you.
Any what equipment? Say again?
Proper medical equipment.
There's a pod in the snowcat.
Is it like well equipped, like as well equipped as what we would have, as you might find here?
Yeah. It's yeah.
Okay, sure, then
I seem
fine.
to remember that the
May not
Snowcat
have
had
as
a-
much
had a-
resources, but we should have the same level of.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, if it's there, then just grab some
Awesome.
stuff to like
Grab
replace
what we
what we're
can.
gonna use in
Yeah.
the snowcat, maybe.
Yeah. She'll. Elizabeth will help you back to the snowcat.
Okay.
You know,
Um,
this entire planet feels less safe.
Kit, Kai, and I guess Jean-Michel, you are still in the base. What are you going to do?
We're going to go to the, I think it was the arms locker, wasn't it, in the Colonial Marshal's office?
Kit, I recommend that you
Use a
either
cutting
come with
torch
us
and
or
get away
stay
in
with Jack, but do not go on your own.
No, you're coming with.
Yeah, I'm very much not planning on going. Thank you very much.
You seem nice enough, and it would be a real shame if something knocked your brains out.
So Jacques,
Right,
tell us.
Okay. You make your way to commercial ops, the Colonial Marshal area, and you go to the armory.
I'm assuming on the
uh,
way that kind of Jacques fills us in on what happened down there.
Jack's going to the snowcat.
No, he's coming with to get a gun.
No, Jean-Michel.
You
You
mean
mean?
Jean-Michel?
Sorry,
Michelle's
I
coming
keep.
with you.
You know what it is? I keep saying Jacques and Jacques. Sorry,
Yeah, right.
Jean-Michel.
Jean-Michel will tell you about. Well, it's a big ass chasm. There's geology down there that I'm absolutely certain is not natural geology. And some freaky goddamn thing that definitely looked like a person fucked Jack up royally.
A person?
Yeah, the short version is it looked like a person who had been shot through the head and yet kept on running around and punching people.
That makes no sense. Was it an early synthetic?
Pass. It didn't look very synthetic. It looked like a person who was horribly reanimated after death.
Oh, fuck off. You've been watching too many zombie flicks.
Yes,
And
I
what do
fully
you mean
admit
by
it, and yet here we are.
non-natural geography?
Tell you what, though,
Geology,
it,
right.
One more reason to sack this fucking job off and go back to Gateway.
I will tell you this though, it definitely did not seem to like the flares.
Good to know.
So, like, when you see what I'm talking about, remember the flares. I have no doubt that we'll see that fucker again now it knows we're here.
I hope to never see whatever it is you described. But
I am going to go spend like half of my share on fucking therapy.
I thought you were going to pause at fucking.
I mean, it depends on what the therapist is up for.
Point.
Or okay.
How the hell is it going to get 983 meters up?
How the hell does somebody live through a gunshot wound to the head and 7 years of being dead?
Fair point. Well, let's just say it will take it a while to get up, if nothing else.
Okay, you make your way to the marshal's office, and through the marshal's office to the armory. Kit, I guess you're going to break open the armory with your cutting torch.
Yeah, I'd very much like to do that. Yes, I'll just make sure that I've got the permission, and I presume, you know, since both Jean-Michel and Kai are sort of, you know, standing right there, seeing me doing this, that I'm okay and allowed to do this.
I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of like either camera or audio log or some kind of recording device to monitor permission. So I'll kind of trigger it, automatically activate the recording by keying in the wrong pin number 16 million times, and then say, this is Expedition Team, blah, 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 contract number, blah, 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 blah. We've been attacked by humanoid form in the research base, significant injuries, and we are forcing entry into the arms locker to defend ourselves.
Okay. It just takes a little bit of time, but doesn't take much in the way of any skill rolls. You use your cutting torch to break into the armory. Not a problem.
What goodies we got?
What goodies have you got in there? Well, it's a bit thin on the ground, I have to tell you. It's not as well stocked as you thought. There is a couple of pistols.
Revolvers or semis?
Revolvers.
Perfect for those two.
And there is one pulse rifle.
Perfect for me.
Yep.
Seeing as I'm assuming no one else would have done long arms training. Okay.
We're not all of us colonial marines.
Neither am I. I'm not stupid.
There is 3 reloads for the revolvers and 3 reloads for the pulse rifle.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that it is not the fully assault version with the grenade launcher.
No, it is not.
Good. That'll just be messy. So he gives the quick brief and says, it's a revolver. It's got 6 shots in it. As long as it's loaded, you point it at what you want to kill, squeeze the trigger all the way back. It will have a kick, and it is heavy. Use both hands. Gives them a very quick brief on the Weaver stance, and if there is somewhere to shoot, in fact, no, we'll go back to the cargo bay and take a couple of pot shots in there for them.
Is Weaver stance the one where you face side on and you point left or right, as the case may be, depending on which hand you have?
Weaver's like almost square on, but just slightly off.
Oh.
Remember rightly? I don't know, Ed. I can't remember.
Well, I'll leave you with that.
Don't matter.
Legal
it sounded
good. Yeah, you break in, you get your weapons, and you go back to Jack, who is in the snowcat with Elizabeth, who is currently making sure that he's okay.
Did we find any meds or anything else on the way back? I will grab some food on the way back.
Yep.
And just like anything else we think might be useful, like that's not too big or out of the way.
Heaters, box of flares, space blankets.
Most of that stuff we've got in the
Yep.
cat, but yeah, it can't hurt.
So you can get a hit back.
Would there be a larger like mobile comms unit?
You just use a comms unit from the
Oh, we can use it for the cat, can't we?
yeah.
Be good as anything else.
What about some sort of like analysis for like doing some sort
Your
of scientific analysis on the gunk that we've got, like some sort of
Yeah.
basic genetic makeup, that sort of thing, or
So you can
Workshops.
use that in the workshops.
is there something in the cat for that?
No, probably not. No.
Oh no, well, hold on. It was a scientific expedition with like geology and drilling, wasn't it? So there might be a simple. Like,
I mean, there might be a like a.
That's
Tell you what.
something silly like that.
Probably a D6, I believe.
If nothing else, it's going to be a microscope or something. I'll roll a D6. How do I do?
What do you call?
D6?
I forget
In
the name.
the
color
chat in the
changing
chat log,
test
just
strips.
do /R and then 1d6 with a space in between.
I mean,
So
like a
/R space 1d6.
Ah, right. Okay.
It's probably Elizabeth's job.
Oh yeah. None of us got science.
Yeah, there is.
Perfect.
It's just a small kind of like very basic.
It's going to be enough to tell us if it's like
It's going to be like
alive or dead.
chemical test strips,
Yep.
I imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that kind of
your
stuff.
basic kind of stuff. So yeah, Jack, you managed to get one hit back.
okay.
So you're still feeling a bit worse for wear. It's mostly bruising.
Yep.
And yeah, you're just really achy, and you're going to have a lot of bruising from your chest and sort of like shoulder area.
Yeah. What about my stress? Does that go away?
Does it go away? That's a good question.
I'll look it up.
It would be nice if we could like lower the panic level at the very least.
I do believe you can have a chat with each other and talk it through, and that kind of helps.
But it says
reduce
for
your stress.
every full turn, 5 to 10 minutes spent resting in a safe area
Oh,
that's secured from
okay.
enemies, your stress level is reduced by 1 point.
To what? Reduce 3 in that case.
Okay.
Rad.
Yeah, three straight you can go off. It's still kind of like
Harry, you can as well.
Yep, Harry can as well.
Can I take the panic condition off?
If you've got rid of all your
It
stress,
says
then yes, you
again
can.
you stop panicking when one turn passes.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Ah, good to know.
Okay, you're you're comfortably in your cat, and out of the research facility. You've got the sound of the wind howling outside, but it's nowhere near as crazy as what you had before.
Are we staying here or are we heading back?
It's dark out.
It is.
I don't think you want to be driving in the dark. That seems awfully dangerous. Even Elizabeth, I think, would struggle with that.
Fine. I'm happy to get some rest first, but I just wanted to figure out what our decision was.
Yeah.
Are we all back in the snowcat now?
Yeah.
Last thing we need is getting ourselves wedged in a crevasse.
Jack, are you up for contacting base? Giving them an update and finding out what they say? It's probably going to be some corporate bullshit, but cover our
Yeah.
asses at least.
At least it's official.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
feeling a little bit better. Just a little bit, but yeah, sure. It's a good idea.
Okay.
So can we try and make contact?
Yeah, you try and make contact.
Corporate boo.
Yes, you wait a little bit. There's a bit of a delay, and you get Nasir Aziz, the deputy director of the facility, on the line.
Kai pushes out and mutes the contact. The last people that reported something like this were found had company agents killing them.
Yeah, but you've already reported something, haven't you? So
Yeah, but let's not maybe give everything away yet. What do you think?
Yeah, we could just say that maybe I had an accident with the winch. Maybe that's a good idea to start off with.
See how they come back. See if they seem cagey.
See if they want. If they, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, I unmute the link. Hi, this is Jack Nagumi.
Hey Jack, it's Nasir. How's things going up there?
Yeah, I'm a bit knocked up actually.
How come?
How much do you know about the facility, the remote mining facility over here?
You know, the basics. He kind of reels off sort of some stats about it and what it's used for, and the fact that they don't use it very often. It's when head office wants more of the rare earth minerals, so it probably gets used once every sort of 8 months to sort of year and a half.
Did
goes through the basics.
Who built this base?
We did.
Okay. Are you aware that there's a massive chasm kind of in the middle of the base?
Yeah, I believe that that was there from when we initially started drilling for the rare earth minerals, trying to get through the ice and the substrata to do some I guess some initial exploratory mining.
Right. Okay.
Getting core samples, that kind of thing.
Well, we'd all arrived last night, and we're just about to shack up for the night and sleep when we just heard some very, very odd noises reverberating through the facility and originating from that chasm.
Yeah, I hear there's it can cause some. I've never been there myself, but yeah, apparently it's got a bit of an eerie sound to it. Apparently,
right. Well, you know what I've been hired to do. I'm an explorer, right?
Yeah.
So I hooked myself up to a winch and went down the chasm.
All right. Okay. What did you find?
I'm not sure exactly. It opened up. I went down probably a kilometer or so, and
wow, did you get to the bottom?
I did. I had a bit of an accident. I'm not exactly sure what happened with the winch. I don't know if it was a winch or something else, but I kind of slipped, thankfully, just like before I got to the bottom, and had a bit of a tumble when I kind of got to the bottom. So I didn't stick around very much. That's why I'm calling actually, because I'm bruised pretty badly from how I fell, and I just had a quick look at the bottom. I landed on ground, it looked like, but it was like I was in a massive cavernous area that I couldn't see any walls or anything. It was very peculiar.
Right.
Like literally, I looked all around me. I couldn't see anything. And then they winched me back up, and here we are. I think it's worth investigating this chasm a bit more though, to see what's down there, because it doesn't seem like. I mean, it's certainly not a result of any kind of drilling action that we would have made.
I was trying to prompt him to whisper and sort of saying, ask him about the recording that Elizabeth found, see if that makes any sense.
And there was a recording that we sent across about maybe like an hour ago or so. Did you get that?
Let me just check for you. Hang on. He mutes you.
What do you think, guys?
He says, yeah, it comes back on. Yeah, we got some kind of like static thing. It didn't seem to come through properly. If you want to send it again, we'll have a look at it.
I mean, if you can hear me now, I'll just tell you what the recording says. I'll paraphrase.
Yeah, sure.
We'll send it, of course. It's a voice log from somebody called. It was Tom, right? Or do we have a name?
No.
Do we have a name?
You have a name. It's stamped Andy H.
Andy, from somebody called Andy H, and he's describing this shaft, this whatever you want to call it, this chasm, going down into it, finding some sort of orb, I think he said, or a ball or something, by the head of a giant skull. All sounds like a bunch of gibberish. And then he describes being attacked by some sort of company agents of some kind. Anyway, we'll send the clip again. But do you know anything about that?
No. So he must have been. So if he was doing that, that must have been when we first arrived.
When did we first arrive here? 6
So
years
was,
ago, right?
2174. Yeah.
6 years ago.
6
Well, that's
years
the
ago.
curious thing, because this audio log is stamped from 7 years ago.
I
So
see.
how would he? Must be an error with the audio log. Like you said, we built this
I
facility,
would
right?
imagine so.
Like we built this facility when we first came here 6 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, that would
Okay.
be on our logs. I'm just checking now, and I can't see any logs to say that there was anything like that.
Well, this audio log was a little bit damaged, so maybe the timestamp's been somehow altered.
Andy H. Let me have a quick look. Let's see if I can bring up
All
his work record.
Anyway, regardless, I think we should. I'd like to go back down there when I've healed up a bit and lead a proper expedition.
It'd be just good to get an X-ray for Jack to see if his ribs were okay. It's what
And
we're worried
it's-
about because the harness pulls tight.
Yeah, Jean-Michel's saying I might need an X-ray as well because of the
Yeah, there's
the
no
fall I
X-ray
took.
machine at the remote base.
I might have a broken rib. It's a bit delicate. I've had broken ribs before. This doesn't quite feel the same, but I just want to make sure, you know.
You know, it's insurance policy is what it is.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to authorize you to come back. We could probably send one of the shuttles over to have a look at you with a couple of the medical facility officers.
Shit.
Yeah, that sounds good. Send someone over.
Probably do that probably first thing in the morning, if the weather holds.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Brilliant.
If the weather holds,
What was the thing you said before that, though?
we'll be able to send it first thing in the morning.
Okay,
if the
first
weather
thing in the
holds.
morning. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Just get some rest.
Yeah.
Rest up. Get them to treat you nicely. Maybe a hot cup of cocoa, or whatever you've got up there.
Worm juice.
Yeah, we'll see if we
So,
can.
no one's been down that chasm before? I just want to double check that.
I'm just having a look. No, it looks like they've got. I'm just looking at the records here, and he says, "I'm just looking at it, and it says in 2074, sometime in October, November. It looks like we've got the exploratory stuff, and he reams off a load of kind of like stats and geology stuff, and it looks like they found the minerals they were looking for, and then they started the mining facilities. I've got nothing else. It says that there was an accident and it broke through some of the substrata. It doesn't mention anyone going down or anything.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Let me.
Yeah, no problem.
Can you just let us know when you've actually sent somebody in the morning, just so we know when someone's on their way?
Yeah, I'll give you a heads up in the morning.
All right.
As soon as we send them.
Cheers. All right.
No problem. Hope you get better, Jack.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay.
The line goes dead.
Yeah. Look to the rest. Now,
We know how long Nazir has been at this base. Is he one of the first guys? Was he a recent rotation?
regardless of how long he's been here, he might not know anything himself. But there's no records of anyone going down. There was certainly a man-made walkway, quite a large one down there. And I found a vac suit. Somebody clearly and the creature that attacked me was human at one point, I'm sure.
Right, so hold on. Let me put this together. So you're saying that someone, this Andy H, in a vac suit, was in the bottom of the chasm. Something happened. Say he got shot because you said half his face was missing. Shot by company agents.
Well, no, we don't.
And is now
We don't know he got
walking around again.
He said company agents had shot one of his friends, and to escape them, he went down. So I don't think he was shot by company agents. I think something happened to him down there. Who knows what happens on... look, I've been on lots of planets. There are all sorts of crazy things that can fuck around with a person that we know nothing about. This is a massive universe, right? So clearly
agreed.
something's fucking around with his biology down there.
and you want to go back down there again, or were you just having him on?
I mean, I think we should, if we go down there again, we should
I think
probably want to have like a closed ventilation system.
No. Why would you even consider going down there?
Well,
again?
look, I went down by myself, which not expecting anything like that to happen. We now are at least forewarned. We can go down there with flamethrowers or something to keep that creature at bay,
What's the
properly
point?
with more people.
What's the point? If you find anything, they're going to delete all records of it and kill you.
Got a point.
We don't know
If you
that
don't
that
find
was.
anything,
We don't know that that was.
we'll waste.
Look, Wayland
Come on.
Yutani
We already-
was sabotaging our previous vessel. We know that.
Exactly.
So
And now you want to fuck with their shit some more.
I think
He's
it's
got a
worth
point.
finding out what everyone's so hot and bothered about, like why
I
they're.
don't think so. I think you got a death wish.
I'm curious. I'm an explorer. This is who I am.
That's fine.
Look,
That's
we're gonna
fine.
need somebody at the top to
You're
kind of keep an
asking
eye on
the
us.
rest of us to
No, fuck
risk
it.
our lives and put the rest of the contract behind on this. We could quite easily, in a moment, dust our hands off of all of this, get on with the job at hand, do our 7 days, move back to the base, go on the next rotation, just never think about it again.
Yeah,
Denial
that's
is
fair.
a
You're
powerful
not.
thing.
You're not.
I-
You're not hired to do this. That's a fair point. Yep.
I agree, it'll be a thorn sticking in your side and an itch you can't scratch, but you'll be alive.
Here's another.
And you won't have any corporations or black marks in your record to look over your shoulder about.
I'm gonna.
And it could be a pub story, right?
I'm gonna gesture to the bit of equipment that we've got at the back of the snowcat,
Yep.
and say, what about this thing that we hauled out of that crater?
The metal.
No, there's like this piece of equipment that we pulled out, didn't we?
No,
Yeah.
what we did is we found their mining facility and we disabled some of the machinery.
But didn't we take something with us as well?
Yeah, you took
we
took
fucking nuts.
the bits that kind of connect all the machinery together. So
Oh,
they
okay.
could
Car
use it.
coupler or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just wondering whether
What's that
the
squeaky noise?
I'm turning the end of the pen and apparently my wife can hear it all the way
Oh.
upstairs and came down to tell me off.
yeah we can hear it. We can hear it too.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I thought somebody had like an excitable budgie.
Oh,
What was I saying? Oh, the machinery. What if we when we eventually get on with our job, if we swing by there again and just try and figure out if there's anything else we can find there?
That's fine. That's passing curiosity. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
going past something and having a little look. I mean, we've already guilty of breaking and entering more than once, but we can deny it as much as they can. Putting yourself down into that chasm again, I think it's just daft.
Well,
I really do, and I don't think it's fair to ask anyone else to do that.
I'd originally thought it was the other exploration team that was using that equipment, but now I think it might be whoever was here before.
I agree. I think they packed it up. They must have found, well, maybe they found something, put it on ice, packed everything up. But there's clearly more here going
That's a
on.
good point.
More here
Isn't it?
going on than we could even think about unveiling, let alone comprehending. And even if we did find it out, what are we going to do? Who's going to listen to us, right?
didn't we find that the stuff there had just been so gently frozen over that it can't have been there for longer than a week or so? I mean, just as long as the previous exploration team had been there.
Yeah.
Like there's no way this has been going for 7 years.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a
What
good point.
the machinery that you found in the excavation?
Yeah.
So
So to be clear, we're talking about the machinery that was outside of the remote
Yeah.
mining facility, and not any machinery to do with the chasm.
no, so the stuff
No,
that you
just
found
the archaeological
back,
site.
yeah.
Or there was
Um,
that tunnel that had been
yes,
drilled
the
into the ice.
30 meters, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
that was like a few
um,
hours drive away.
Yeah, so that you can't tell how long it had been there for. You don't know. Looking at the machinery, it could have been there that long,
But
that amount of time,
It had our
But-
company stamps on it.
but it had your company stamps on it.
Yeah.
We don't know if Andy was running from LaSalle or Weyland-Yutani or some
No.
other corporation either.
I think
It
it's
just
worth
says-
getting back to the base when we get back to the base is to do a little bit of digging, to try and see what
Thanks
we can
for saying
find.
when in office.
Any
you've
records on
gotta
any
be-
of this stuff.
I think you need to be super, super careful. It'll be far too easy to go missing out here. And I'm not being funny. If you go missing and you've been digging, then you're putting the rest of us in the shit as well.
He's got a point.
I'm trying to put two and two together. I'm trying not to use my meta knowledge of the alien universe here with how the corporations work, but
Let's keep this on the down low for now.
Yeah.
And if we can figure it out together, then on one hand maybe we can derive, the academic credit, the discovery credit, and we can share that credit. And for those of you interested in more financial gains, I'm sure that credit can come along with that. But if we just if we trust the corporation, and they say they know nothing about it, that means we discovered it.
Agreed. We've got right.
You've got 16 months.
16 months here. It's a long
Yeah.
time to sniff and dig quietly, and just
Oh,
Also
yeah.
a long time
Yeah.
to get hauled out on the ice. you know,
yes,
By some goon.
exactly. So start ruffling feathers now, and it will be a very, very hard 16, 18 months, even if we do survive.
yeah.
We keep it under their hats for the moment. We've ruffled some feathers already. We've sent the transmission. They know we know something's up, but let's just play dumb.
That's fine, but I'm certainly going to be wanting to go back. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying on this rotation, but I might be
Yeah.
coming back with some proper equipment, some backup,
extra some
people
extra
who know how to
hands
use
and some heavy
weapons.
equipment. I think will be much better prepared.
And Kai,
Agreed.
like if
We
you
could-
if you're not up for that, I understand. That's like no no judgment from my part. You're absolutely right. You weren't hired to do that sort of thing, but yeah, I saw a skull. I saw a giant skull down there, and that has
Yeah.
I can't forget about that. Like,
I get
I
it.
don't know.
I get it, and it checks with what the log said. That it's going to take a long time to figure out what's going on here and to do it carefully and safely.
and
We take our time. We figure out people to trust, and then even then, maybe we can go. I say we. You guys can go down and do that little bit of investigation, one rotation at a time. You
Yeah.
start charting the tunnels. You start cataloging the area. We get the pups back up and working again, and then we just slow and steady. It's been going on for 7 years.
how are we going to explain the weapons locker being broken into then? If I just fell and hurt myself and got winched back up.
It's fine. You had your shotgun on you. When you fell,
Ah.
shotgun went off. I've already made a
Yeah.
log of us saying significant injury, and shotgun went off. So
Yeah.
fine. I'll take the
Perfect.
hit for that. I panicked. They can take it out of my fucking paycheck.
No, I'm sure.
If there's even a
I'm sure it
paycheck.
won't. I'm sure it won't come to that. The thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is, I know I'm a good corporate man and everything, but corporate secrets are very well protected. So it might be in all of our best interests if we all just feign ignorance completely, as much as possible. I mean, that's what you've
I
been
am up for
saying,
that.
Kai. But like, let's just. I want to be at the forefront of any kind of exploration that goes back down there.
That's fine. I'll be in the command team backing you up. I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, we'll make sure that
you
we
dive
get
down, and I'll sit on the surface.
We'll make sure we get you some sort of like extra stipend for it too. Don't worry.
But that's all good and well, but I'm not. I've got too much shit to deal with back home to put myself in risk with this stuff. Yeah, I just need that paycheck.
Yeah,
I need the next
yeah.
contract.
I get it. Now, none of us are worried that they're gonna send a hit squad after us and not actually some medical support, right? And I'm gonna laugh like half serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to watch those people like a hawk. They're sending a shuttle that hasn't flown here because of bad weather, and they're going to come across with a couple of med techs for a broken rib. They're coming to check us out. We've got to
It
play
does
dumb.
sound fish.
Well, you've got those weapons you pulled out of the locker, so I suggest we might, just in case, keep them ready. I don't think it's going to come to that. I hope it's not going to come to that.
No, that's the last thing we want.
I mean, I saw
Hey.
a skull down there, which makes that audio
Just-
log check out, right?
Hey,
I saw a
put it
body
this
down
way,
there.
right?
We saw a body down there. I'm looking at Jean-Michel. That was a person at some point in time. That was
Unquestionably.
somehow still moving
And,
around,
yep.
attacking, being very hostile. So
Very hostile.
why would somebody choose to go down there and turn into something like that unless they were trying to escape from something? So I think
I don't
we
know,
just
Jack.
need to...
You tell me, because you're considering the same kind of thing.
I'm not considering
Yeah,
going down
he's
there
got
alone
point.
again. I don't want to go down there alone again. I want to go down there with fire and...
Brimstone.
Fire... yeah, fire and wrath. And I want to find,
a
like,
little
capture that
question.
thing, maybe. Or...
Oh man.
I don't know.
know,
Man.
And, you know, see
don't
what's
think
happened.
there's any
This is,
healing him,
this is
but-
important.
Hang
Oh,
on.
Jean.
I've not heard of anything that's happened that can do that. Jean-Michel, have you heard of anything? You're like a scientist, right? Have you heard of anything that can do that to a person?
I know what can do that to insects.
So you're suggesting some sort of alien fungus, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
It's not out of the question. I mean, we have, like you said, it's a big galaxy.
That's,
If it can happen on the
that's-
planet Earth, then it can happen in a big ass galaxy.
that is the most sound thing. Well, look, ultimately, if these guys come here tomorrow, I think between the four of us and Elizabeth, because she knows staff records possibly,
You know, there's
we'll be able
more-
to figure out if they're med techs or some kind of covert company agent guys, right? And
murder
I think that will
droids.
tell us.
Sorry, Elizabeth. Murder
Oh
droids.
shit! I didn't consider that.
The
If that
med,
is the
it
case,
was
we
a
are
med
very
tech
much fucked.
before. It's med techs now. I'm just saying.
Elizabeth
It's
looks at you and kind of shakes her head.
Fuck, it was a medtech, wasn't it? Jesus Christ.
It was indeed a med tech that attacked you.
Ah.
Elizabeth.
Hmm.
Oh shit! Hold on, Elizabeth. Did you take
Yes.
care of your hand?
How's your? Yeah.
Yeah, she says I have, and you can see that she's basically bandages around it.
Maybe can we do like a nicer job for you? Like
This will be fine.
we must at least have
What's
some
your
synth flesh.
What's your opinion on this? You've heard us talking. You've seen everything else. I'm assuming you have no other remit apart from to
Oh,
assist
fuck.
us with our mission.
She
Do
says,
ape suits have cameras on them?
no, they don't. Unless you install them. She says, well, the information that I gleaned off the system definitely timestamped to November the 8th, 2173.
7 years ago.
And it had definitely been deleted. So everything else, all the folders that were there were deleted. It's just that it was so badly done that they just left this one little thing, which is why I found it. I
Do
would
you
imagine
think
that
it was
Hmm?
badly done in a way to entice someone that might be looking, or badly done as a rush job?
I would imagine it was probably, well, I don't know, probably a rush job, I would imagine. If what they say is true, and they say it was 6 years ago that they did this, and this is 7 years ago, there's a whole year that they've unaccounted for. And if the corporation, guess the company, if they've decided to erase all that because of what they found, it would make
Can I
sense that logically they would come here to erase us. Or yourself, sorry.
Can I ask a question concerning that skull that you saw, Jack?
Hmm. Yeah.
When you say giant, how giant do you mean? And I don't know if this is necessarily player knowledge, but when the gullies were described as rib imprints, was this quite literal enough to, make me wonder if the skull would scale to those?
And that's a question for Ed, really.
So the head was probably about 20 meters by 30 meters. It was a massive skull.
Was it a
And was
skull
that
or a sculpture?
humanoid? I guess when you
was-
recognize that it's a skull, you can sort of see the eye sockets,
So,
maybe make
20
it look scully.
Yeah.
20 meters like like diameter, kind of,
Diameter 30 meters up.
or
That's
width,
huge.
whatever you want to think about it. Wow. Okay.
It's massive.
Wow.
You could.
That has to be some
comfortably
kind of
inside that brain
sculpture.
case.
Yeah, it would make sense it was some kind of sculpture. Otherwise, it would be a massive.
How
It's just
conceivably?
biologically doesn't make sense.
I
There's
have a
not enough option
question.
on the-
You never did say
like,
whether or not
that.
it was a
Plus it's hygiene.
humanoid skull.
Sorry, I did not say it was humanoid. I just said it was a large skull.
Well, when
But again,
when I looked at it, I mean, I could have been able to tell like something
it
roughly.
wasn't an animal skull, so it wasn't like tapered in its nose or anything
It
like
was
that.
rounded like a human skull at the top, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Two eye sockets.
From the little light that you saw, you'd need to get closer to be able to identify what it is. But that's what your brain was telling you, that it was a skull. It was a giant skull.
Okay.
Fair enough. Checks
All
out.
right.
Okay. One last question for Elizabeth, and this is, a no bullshit, straight up answer for you. Where do you stand on this, your loyalties? If we have uncovered some kind of corporate secret, is your directive to uphold the corporate rights or to protect us as you're assigned to us?
I'm assigned to
As
you,
a
and
medical
it would be both. Would be the answer. I would imagine if there was any
Okay.
information that we do not want to know, I'm sure my memory units will be scrubbed.
Hmm.
So, from your own personal conflict of interest, if we are talking about anything like this, would you rather be out of the conversation, so as you cannot be held accountable after the fact?
My loyalty at the moment is with you until my mission objectives have changed. That's pretty much. I appreciate if you don't want to discuss anything around me, I'm more than happy to go back into the facility.
Your input's valuable, and we're just trying to assess what kind of danger we're in here. So your input is valuable in that. And ultimately, if we are in need of medical aid, and somebody from the corporation is telling you not to give that aid, I want to know where I stand.
I see. Well, for my view on it, I think logically, if we've uncovered a secret, then whoever they send is coming to keep that secret.
Yeah.
Logically.
I think we should probably, like, what is the actual weather like right now outside?
Currently, it's a balmy -23.
Are the weather conditions such that it would prevent a ship from flying?
At the present moment, it would probably be hazardous, but not unlikely.
Yeah, so they probably don't want us waiting for them. There could be a shuttle en route right now.
You said first thing in the morning you're going to leave.
Yeah, but it said that
send them out first
because
thing
of
in
the
the
weather, right? So
Yeah.
if they're gonna try and
Weather
shut us
season.
up, they can tell us whatever they want, but they might be sending somebody out right now.
That's a very good point. If we go to the shuttle bay area, there's got to be some kind of landing guidance system and radar type thing, right?
Yes.
Let's go there and fire it up. If someone is coming, we want to know about it.
And I think they're expecting us to be in the Snowcat, so it might be worth not waiting in the Snowcat. We can always come up if it is all legitimate and everything's fine, we can just say that we didn't want to wait in the Snowcat, we wanted to wait in the facility. But we can actually maybe keep an eye on it, get some of these cameras working. And if anybody
there's no
approaches
logical
it,
reason for us to stay in the cat apart from our own paranoia and common sense.
yeah.
from
So
anyone
let's
else's
get the
perspective,
cameras
there's
working.
No reason why we'd be staying in the cat.
Let's get the cameras working, pointed at up in the sky at something approaching. I'm assuming they're going to try and land in the landing facility. They're not expecting us to expect trouble, right? So I imagine they're going to.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's see who comes out of that ship.
Okay.
And it may very well
the
be.
cargo landing pad.
It may very well be that the people coming out of that ship look like they are, medical personnel with ulterior motives. So,
Well, look,
we need to be careful.
We can drive the cat around to the shuttle bay. We can park it there. So if we need to get anything, we can do. and just use one of the external airlocks to get into commercial ops there, and I'll fire a flick up and we could just hang there. And then actually, I'm looking at the map there, it brings the map up on the screen. That's a nice self-contained area.
Yep, and I would like to maybe just bring myself up to full strength as well if I can, because if we've got another fight coming...
So what you're suggesting is we go and hang out in commercial ops?
Yeah, I think if we...
Because there's, 2 sealable internal doors?
Well, not only that, but that's where the shuttle's going to land. And to come in internally, they've either got to go through 2 locks there, or leave the shuttle and walk around commercial ops to get one of the external locks, which, correct me if I'm wrong, the nearest one is into crew quarters. I'm seeing that right? No. I can't tell from this map actually if there are any external locks there. Is there any?
So external locks will be from the shuttle pad.
Then into commercial ops, but nothing else is there. And then the cargo area where
the cargo area, yeah.
Okay, but we've also got the car landing pad up here. Ah, right. Well, this works. Let's have them. I will shut down the shuttle pad, and let's put up the lights on the cargo landing pad so we force them to land externally. Okay. That way they can't get in apart from a guarded entrance that we have. Yep. How's that sound, guys?
Seems as good as any.
All right.
Wow. Amazing. Great plan.
Wait, hold on.
Devious,
Hold on. They're not meant to be sending them out until the morning. So what if we give it an hour or two? I call them back and say, no need to send them out. I've had a bit of a rest. Will be fine for me to get to the to continue on with the mission. I don't think anything's broken. And then we wait and see if somebody comes anyway. Right? Because then if somebody does come, then we know that it's not legit, right? They're not supposed to be sending anybody until the morning. So why don't we try that?
I like that plan. That's a very sensible plan, but I hate waiting. I'd rather know. I'd rather like to know. There's someone coming in the morning, and when they get here, we will know.
But if they seem legit, and there's no reason for them not to seem legit, I don't want them coming over to inspect me and strangle me, and only find out when it's too late. No.
Look it. We've got one pup, right? We still got one working pup.
You do.
So we've got a pup outside that can see into the shuttle they're landing with. If more than 2 people are present, then we know something's up straight away, and we have isolated them in an external landing pad, and the only way they can get in is through cargo ops or moving on foot all the way around to the other shuttle pad. Because I'm just thinking, what if the people who step out look like medical personnel, but when they open their medikits, they've got some sort of weapon or something? There'll only be 2 people inside, surrounded by 4 in an android. Yeah, but doesn't mean they're not going to get a shot off. Doesn't mean they're going to get a shot off first.
Well,
and what we're gonna stand around like if we're being paranoid about this whole thing, and it was Weyland-Yutani or something behind this, and not the company, our company, then we potentially are going to really be throwing up flags. Like, we're not 100% sure that they're going to try and quiet us, like, to eliminate us, right?
So what
if they do send some actual poor medical personnel to patch me up, and they get here and we've got them surrounded with weapons pointed at them?
No, we're not going to do it that overtly. What I mean is, right, if you
but then I'm going to get shot possibly before anything can happen.
No. Look. Are you seeing the map here, right? They have to land in this external pad.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
They have to then cross 30, 40, 50 meters to get to where we are inside cargo ops with the cat. Yeah?
Yeah.
We've got a pup looking out on the cargo landing pad. If there's anything else happening, anyone moving around or whatever else, we should be able to pick that up. So we'll know we'll only be getting 2 people into a controlled area anyway. Yeah? You're going to be there. Maybe Elizabeth is with you. The rest of us 3 are going to be hiding out inside cargo ops just in case it does go tits up. And I think we'll know pretty quickly if it's fishy or not. I don't know. I'm looking at it trying to be from a defensive standpoint.
I think the least I think
Jack
the least
is right.
risky, the least risky way is to tell them to not send anyone, and
Fine, that's right. Okay.
and if somebody comes that we know for sure straight away that they're up to no good, without having to
Really? Because they're going to say, oh, well, no, you reported a medical injury and you quoted an insurance line, so we're going to have to send someone out. It's just company policy.
Better to be.
But you're right. You can try it. You can
That's
try
true.
it. And I don't think we're going to know either way, basically, unless we come to each other, right?
This is all speculation, and none of it is
course it is.
action.
The comms goes.
Uh-huh.
Can you answer it?
Yeah.
It's Nazir.
Hey.
Hi. So I've got a new directive for you. I'd like you to go back to the chasm and have a look
Whoa.
around and see what you can see. Obviously, we'll compensate you accordingly, as per the usual bonus that we would apply,
Mm-hmm.
which will be added on to your fees at the end of your rotation. I've been asked to request that this has been done as a priority, and to see what else you can find out. If you could record everything you find, and then when you come back to the surface, if you could then forward that to us, so we can make a decision about what to do with it.
Okay. When you say records, you mean with some sort of camera?
Yeah, I'm sure you must have some body cameras or something that you could record and then upload into some kind of data packet
Sure.
and send it to us.
Listen, we're not outfitted for this sort of deep, going down into a deep chasm with no lights. Do I have? Can you send through all the access codes we need to unlock any of the equipment lockers for equipment here to use?
Absolutely sure.
Okay. All right.
I'll get those sent over to you if you wish.
Yeah, get them sent over. We're gonna because I'm as soon as I'm feeling better.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better actually. So I think I don't think there's a need to send anybody to look after me. I think it was just the initial pain from landing hard. It's wearing off now. As I said, I've had broken ribs before. This doesn't feel like it, and already I can move my arms around. I can take deep breaths. So I think I'm gonna be fine. It's just some bruising. So yeah, no need to send anyone. And I'll give you an update in the. I might need more than a day to just rest, but as soon as I'm feeling fit enough to go back down there, then I'll let you know.
Elizabeth, he says, and she says, yes, sir. What is the nature of Jack's injury? Can he continue with his function? She looks at you, she smiles, and she says, absolutely, sir. He's fine. Just some bruising. She looks over at you, Kai, and says, yes, I can't see any problem with that. In fact, I am pretty sure that give him an evening of rest and some painkillers, I'm sure he'll be fine. Nazir says, thank you very much. Says, if you could then, in that case, rest up this evening, and tomorrow, if you could go back, that would be great. And we will send any further calls as the weather clears.
Understood.
He then signs off.
I'll just rest my head on the table,
All right.
or whatever I'm next to.
Yeah.
Fuck you know.
We're a step ahead on this, making sure the comms is muted. Can I simply suggest we give it until lunchtime, we call back, we report what happened tonight, and
They want
show them
they
the
want
smashed
footage.
pup. Show them the smashed pup and say you had it on your person while you were getting beaten by this thing, and it's been destroyed. If you want us to go back down, we will need more equipment and more personnel.
Okay. that works. And I've actually got gore on my body from the creature, so we can
And
say we have a
still
physical sample.
And we still get first discovery rights. If that's what you're worried about. And Harry gets and Jean-Michel gets compensated for his pups.
I mean,
We don't expose ourselves to further danger.
yeah, if some weird thing broke the pubs, then it wasn't any of our fault by letting it go down a giant ass cavern hole.
Yeah. And if they want us to go back down again with personal body cams, then yeah,
Like,
we'll demand
we can
some
wait
additional.
till they tool us up and give us some colonial marines.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure Lucille National can command the National
I
Marines.
think they're
but
about 6 to 8 months away.
They can send their elite. They can send their elite security, death squad to come
Of
help
course
us.
they can command colonial marines. The
Help
company
us.
can buy anything.
Cool. Now that we know what they want, I think that's a perfect time to stop for the evening and look at the time.
Yep.
Wayland
That's what I was
Yutani
thinking.
bought a bunch of colonial marines.
That's true.
I missed the last 30 seconds or so. I disconnected. You said if they want us to.
Go back with Colonial Marines, that'd be great. And I said, the nearest Colonial Marines, as far as you're aware, is 6 to 8 months away.
Yep, sounds like a great idea of not my problem for 6 to 8 months.
The nearest corporate assassin, it's about 2 kilometers away.
Yeah,
Just around the corner.
It
Turns out
might
they're
be. It
absolutely
might be
everywhere.
just a meter away, actually.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
Kai. She's too sweet.
Uh huh.
Yes, Kit.
Nobody's that sweet.
Suspicious.
All right.
They found out our
Pointing
plan.
at you.
Cool.
Amazing.
So,
Awesome. That was fun.
yeah, that was really fun. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
If for those of you watching, if you haven't already, if you could hit the subscribe and like buttons, that really helps us to grow the channel. And we will be back, I guess, back here in 2 weeks' time, possibly going back down into that death hole. Hopefully not, but I've played with Ed enough to know that whatever we come up with, he's gonna somehow find a way for us to go back down there.
I'm trying. I've played games with Ed for probably nigh on 25 years, and I'm trying everything here to take us off script.
Yeah. The problem is he's got 2 weeks to come up with some kind of ironclad reason. So yeah, and Tony's in the chat just saying, he's sad that there were no face huggers. So I'm sure, Ed will
Give it
find a way.
time. Give it time, Tony. Give it time.
Finally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. All right.
In the meantime, you can always make your own homemade one, like this.
It's like you were standing on a giant one.
Just make sure nobody walks in on you and you're trying to stick your thumb down your throat.
Oh.
You mean when you're gagging?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I think that my wife would just be like, "Ken, you're an idiot."
Amazing.
All right.
So yes, in 2 weeks' time would be great. For episode 8, was it?
This
Yeah,
is 7,
episode
so that'll be episode 8 next.
Episode
next
8.
time. Yeah.
Star Wars rules, actually. This is episode 15.
8.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Cool. All right. Thanks everyone, and yeah, catch you in 2 weeks' time.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.